of Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad show, man. I'm only on
There,
episode one, but you know.
there you go. There you go. On this week's episode, can Call of Duty regain its mojo with Black Ops 4? The Iron Fist gets silenced, and how the Nightmare Before Christmas has become a cultural phenomenon at the age of 25. All this and more as we once again delve into the pop culture cosmos. Josh, before we head on out, I also got to ask you, my friend, about Iron Fist. The word came down late on Friday that Iron Fist has now been canceled by Netflix. It is the first in the series of shows that are out there that Netflix and Marvel does as far as the cooperational effort between those two entities. This is the first show to get the axe. Maybe not enough clicks, maybe not enough people buying into it, what have you. The first season was truly awful. It's just universally panned. The second season, even though it got a little bit better in most people's eyes, I just think there was a lot of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths that were still, just that had not wanted to tune in from the first season. Your thoughts on Iron Fist getting canceled because it's created a lot of controversy and a lot of word of mouth, a lot of varying opinions on it, and the whole Netflix Marvel thing as a whole since the news came down that Iron Fist is not coming back for season 3.
It's very surprising to say the least. I know the first season wasn't that great, but second season did get better and it was getting decent reception. And a lot of people, like if you read the like the season two spoiler articles, a lot of people were really stoked about where season three could go because I don't know if you saw it, but they started to dive into like the more of the origin stories of the what happened to the former Iron Fist, which you see his you get to see part of his body in the season two. But yeah, I for one, like I thought season two was okay. It wasn't excellent, but it was a far better than the first season. And then I loved where they were going. Like I love the whole dynamic between Ward and Danny Rand in the end, and how he had the he was shoot he was had the ability to charge bullets with his iron fist. Like that was really cool to me. Like, and I was really excited to see where that's going. But I'm disappointed, honestly, to like put it into words. Like I really wanted to see where they were going with this. I get I get the struggle of now because they kind of entered a more fantastical realm as far as Iron Fist goes. Because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but there's they kind of diverged a lot from the just like the basic plot line that they were originally following, and now it's kind of all over the place. So uh, I want to see more. I get why they're not doing it, but I want to ask you this though: do you think that this could be just the beginning of more cancellations? Because there's Disney's putting out their streaming service, and there's feuds, I guess, kind of going on between Netflix and Marvel. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this is just the beginning. They were saying that Danny Rand is going to show up again. Whether it's in Luke Cage or Daredevil or Jessica Jones, but from
Or
what
or Defenders.
or Defenders, but from what I understand, even Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, like those numbers are dropping significantly compared to what they once were. So I
Well,
don't know.
it's hard to figure that out because Netflix never releases its numbers.
Yeah, they never release it, but just from like as far as critical reception goes, a lot of people there's not as much hype around those shows as there used to be. So I'm wondering if maybe that's a factor. But I have a feeling this is going to be the beginning. Like there's going to be more as Marvel starts pushing out their own stuff. There's going to be more cancellations, and eventually we're going to see the complete removal, or not removal, but the complete death of all original Marvel content on Netflix.
Well, I agree with you, and that's something I was going to actually ask you. Does this set is this a precursor for something larger? Because at some point in time, Marvel wants to go ahead and get everything off of all those other places and only put them on Disney related content. Obviously, ABC counts because Disney owns it, but we're talking mainly about that new Disney streaming service and they want to provide as much content as they can for that. And whether it's going to be a Defender show there or Defender shows that stays on Netflix, I think at some point in time, you're going to see Luke Cage, Jessica Jones both get canceled. You're also going to probably see some other favorites get canceled as well. The only one I think that might stay around a little bit longer is Daredevil, because even in its third season, it's still getting very strong reviews. I know a lot of advanced word. I was actually on our friends at the Voice from the Underground podcast just recently, and they were talking about all the advanced love that show was getting even so far in the season. That's the oldest of all these different series. So put that together, I still think there's going to be a lot of love for Daredevil, but you're right. There is some diminishing returns as far as what people are talking about, how much people are liking, not liking. When it concerns the Defenders, the Jessica Jones, even comes to the Punisher, which barely even has gotten off the ground. I think it's going to get a fair shake. I think it's still going to get another season, but I'm not sure as far as the future for even that show is concerned, because the love fest, like you said, between Marvel and Netflix, that has definitely gone away with the announcement that the Disney streaming service is on its way. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to go on with what their content that they're going to be producing for it that's Marvel related. But it's going to come at a cost, and I think it's going to come at a cost of the stuff that you see on Netflix. The stuff you see on the Legion and the other things you see on FX, they own FX. So it really doesn't matter for that point, because they're going to put it on something that they want you to see. When it comes to ABC, that's fine. They own ABC, so they're going to put Marvel stuff on there and keep on going as much as they can. So the future going forward is going to be leaning more heavily on Disney products and on Disney content for Disney programming for Disney channels, and less of outside stuff. And that includes those shows that are right now on Netflix.
Well, I'll tell you what this does, though, at least in my eyes, it makes it so I don't even really want to watch it. I don't even want to get attached to any more Marvel characters going out on Netflix, or just in general, because that's the problem with shows. Like, you think that these original series like on Netflix and stuff are untouchable, but this just goes to show that they're not. So why am I going to invest myself into a character now if it's just going to get shut down, a year from now, 2 years from now? It bums me out.
But you will probably see these characters revisited. I know, like you said, Marvel indicated that this is not the end for Iron Fist. Will you be revisited on a Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, what have you? He'll probably appear somewhere along the line, or maybe Iron Fist and others will get transferred over into the new Disney streaming service, and we'll see their characters pop up in their own different shows going forward. Because I'm not sure about the logistics of a Defender series, if the Defenders can only be shown on Netflix, or if it can be shown, or it can be a new series, a new season can be created for the Disney streaming service. That has yet to be said or yet to be exemplified. So I'm curious to see where that goes as well.
Right, and I have no interest in reiterations of any of these characters, so if Disney were to do that, I probably would not even tune in.
So you wouldn't even tune in as an add-on to the already mentioned miniseries that they've talked about, involving possibly Loki, possibly Scarlet Witch, and the whole 9 yards?
It would have to be really good. Like, I wouldn't watch it right away. I'd have to see what people are saying about it, but
And then there's also the fact that it would go on a Disney streaming service, and would they remain as very hard edged, foul mouthed, the whole 9 yards that we see them on Netflix?
no, probably not. And that's what makes like the Punisher and Daredevil so great. So no, I mean, I've already invested time in these characters. If they're just going to revamp them like they do the Spider-Man movies, but on a Disney streaming platform, different actors, different costumes, whatever, I probably wouldn't take the time to watch it because it'll already feel like I've wasted my time.
What are your thoughts out there, everyone, on the Iron Fist getting canceled from Netflix? We really love to hear your thoughts on it, because we have been already the past few days. A lot of people have been talking back and forth on the Pop Culture Cosmos Facebook page in regards to it once we posted the information that Iron Fist is now finito. But we'd love to hear your thoughts on that and the bigger picture going forward for the Marvel shows on Netflix. Share us your thoughts, popculturecosmos at yahoo.com. Also, as well, Pop Culture Cosmos, Humanica Media, and Game Source on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Well, any last thoughts, my friend, on the way out?
Daredevil season 3 is coming on at the end of the month, so tune in for that. I'm sure we're going to be talking about it.
Absolutely. When we talk about something bad that happened within the Netflix Marvel universe, and now, like we said, there's still something good. I think they're going to try and keep that show in particular as long as possibly they can. Netflix will try to keep its hands on it and try to keep producing new seasons because I think that show will endure. I think there is a following that's separate from all the other Marvel Netflix shows. I think they will still buy in, and the quality of that show is still very good from all appearances. So I expect a lot of good things going for at least that show going forward, whether it's on Netflix or the new Disney streaming service. So for Josh Peterson, this is Gerald Glassford. It's another beautiful day in paradise right here in the Pop Culture Cosmos. We thank you for listening. And here's hoping you have yourself a great day.